Howdy folks, and welcome to another Taste of Gameplay video, this time for the German Tier 2 tech tree destroyer, the V-25. Let me tell you how good the V-25 is. I have a 78% win rate in the V-25, and I am not a 78% win rate player. Let me tell you how good the V-25 is. In one game a while back, I sunk all 12 ships by myself, including 2 players. Let me tell you how good the V-25 is. The V-25 is so good that if they let me play it at tier 10, I would seriously consider it without changing anything about this ship. And let me tell you why. This ship has a concealment of 4.7, which I believe is the best in the entire game and well better than any boat at tier 10. It has a speed boost. It has a smoke. It goes something like 40 knots. It has a 2.1 second rudder shift and a turning circle of 440 meters. Now, I know that World of Warships is an arcade sim, some call it, or an arcade game, but usually there's a feeling of weight to the ships and a feeling of realism. The V-25 just feels like a video game. It just feels like some kind of NES game from the 80s. Like you push left and the ship just turns left on a dime. You launch torpedoes, 360-degree arcs, basically. It's got this weird setup where there's 4 torpedoes that are, I guess, what I would call normal, meaning that they're in 2 launchers of 2 each that can swing left or right and fire in quote-unquote normal arcs. But then it also has these 2 torpedoes in the front. So you can do these charges where you just run straight at somebody and at the last second launch 2 torpedoes like a submarine right off the front. It's totally cracked. I mean, it's completely broken. And of course, because of that, you see a lot of V-25s at tier 2. To the extent that you see players at all, I pretty much see them in one of 2 ships, either the Mikasa, just for fun, or the V-25, because they're seal clubbing. And there's a reason for that. I mean, I guess it's just a sign that World of Warship, that Wargaming doesn't really care about game balance at tier 2. I mean, if this ship existed at tier 10 or some kind of tier 10 equivalent of it existed, the whole player base would go absolutely nuts. And it's a tech tree ship. So if you ever want to play tier 2 and you want to win, there's literally zero reason why you shouldn't just buy the tier 2, buy the V-25 and just immediately use it. I mean, it's essentially free. It will just win. It will win every game. I mean, I'm not even going to play all that well in this one. I'm going to miss a lot of torpedoes. I'm going to take my sweet time sinking some of these cruisers that are in our cap. But I'm still going to sink, I think, 6 ships and do 60,000 damage. I mean, I'm going to single-handedly sink the entire enemy team. And it's kind of sad because there's a guy on the other team who's an actual human being who's in the Smith. I played the Smith a while back. The Smith is hilarious. The Smith is a total meme. I get why people might want to play it once in a while because of the bizarre 9-second torpedo reload. But from any practical standpoint, the Smith is literally and figuratively completely outgunned by the V-25. I mean, everything about the V-25 is just better than the Smith. The guns are way better. The guns are actually pretty serviceable, especially for a tier 2 destroyer. They have okay pen, they have okay reload. You get 4 of them, but you can really only fire 3 from any particular angle. I mean, they're not amazing, but they're perfectly serviceable. The torpedoes go out to 6 kilometers, which is perfectly fine, especially since you have a 4.7 kilometer detect. Did I mention you have a 4.7 kilometer detect and smokes and a 2.1 second rudder shift? I mean, it's just, it's cracked. It's a totally broken ship. Is it fun? Yeah. Well, yeah, it's fun. Yeah, absolutely. It's fun. I don't think it's healthy for the game, and it's kind of a sign of wargaming's lack of attention to the lower tiers, which I understand. I mean, I do. I get it. But I mean, it's the Seal Clubber special, and God help the poor soul in a Mikasa, because this thing will just absolutely wreck Mikasas. I mean, there's no way around it. There's a guy in a Mikasa on the enemy team, and he's a dead man walking. Because you think about it, the Mikasa has these amazing secondaries, right? That's the whole thing. But they go to 3.8 kilometers. I'm not going to get 3.8 kilometers from the Mikasa. I'm just going to dance around at like 5 kilometers, and I'm going to launch torpedoes at him. And there's literally nothing you can do. There is no radar or hydro at these tiers unless I mess up and inadvertently get too close to him. The only possible exception would be if he's winning the game on points and I have to somehow cap around him. But even then, I'm not going to cap. I'm going to kill him first. I'm going to just do the same thing. I'm going to dance around at 5 kilometers, and I'm going to launch torpedoes at him, one after another, after another, after another. Every 34 seconds, another 6 torpedoes, just spin in place, launching torpedoes. Sure, he probably can dodge some of them, but he's not going to keep dodging them. Oh, and did I mention that the torpedoes do 10,600 alpha damage, which is huge, amazingly huge for tier 2. I mean, there's nothing bad about this ship. It's a game design nightmare. I honestly don't understand exactly what Wargaming had in mind. I mean, that Smith can't do anything to me. That Mikasa can't do anything to me unless I mess up. I mean, I have killed V-25s in a Mikasa, but it's because they made a mistake or didn't know how to play or just didn't understand or weren't interested. Yeah, I mean, some people play tier 2 for all kinds of different reasons. Some people just play because they want to turn their brains off and just run around the map, and I totally get that. And sometimes that means they make a mistake, and I mean, I get that too. There's no shame in that game. It's just a tier 2 game. But I'm telling you, if you know halfway what you're doing and you actually are paying attention and you want to win the game in a V25, I just don't see. I mean, the only reason I took any damage in this game at all is because I kind of wasn't really paying attention. I just wasn't playing all that well. You're not going to get torpedoed. I mean, you're so incredibly small and maneuverable that even if somehow torpedoes were fired your way, you would have to be pretty bad to run into any of them. Oh, did I mention that the torpedoes also have 0.9 kilometer detection? 0.9 kilometers. I think that's the lowest in the game. I mean, I'm not kidding. If they let me play this ship at tier 10, I absolutely 100% would. I mean, imagine, right? 39 kilometers, smokes, 4.7 detect. I mean, honestly, even if this ship had no guns and no torpedoes, and it just had 4.7 kilometer detect and a 39 knot top speed and a 2.1 second rudder shift, I mean, other than aircraft carriers, maybe that would be a serious threat, right? But like, no one's gonna find you ever. Like, how would they? Why would they? And then if you had these 6 kilometer torpedoes, I mean, yeah, you'd have to worry about radar and hydro. I'm not saying it would be an instant win button, but I mean, I think a good player could absolutely crush a tier 10 in this thing. That's just my opinion. I don't know. At me in the comments if you disagree. You think I'm being a little bit hyperbolic here, but I mean, I just think this ship is totally cracked. The successors are pretty good too. I think it's the G101 at tier 3 and then the V170 at tier 4 are both also totally cracked. When you get to tier 5, I forget what the tier 5 version is. I think I played it a couple weeks ago, but it was okay. It was definitely a good ship. I mean, all the German destroyers all the way up to tier 8 or 9, they get a little weird at tier 10. They're not amazing, but basically the tier 5, 6, 7, I think they're all very good. But this one in particular is just silly, right? I mean, look at these torpedoes from the front. I don't understand why. I have to assume part of this, what is going on here is historical. Like maybe this ship had these torpedoes in this arrangement. Maybe it was very small and nimble. I know at these lower tiers, they're much more willing to build ships that are more historically accurate. But I mean, this is not historically accurate. There's never been a ship in the history of mankind that could just turn like this. Look at the way this ship turns. I mean, I'm just kind of like moving back and forth. You know, I hit left and pretty much I go left. I hit right, go right. I mean, yeah. I don't know how many times I can keep saying it's cracked, but yeah, it's cracked. It's totally cracked. You can't lose in this ship. I maintain. Anyway, I guess that's all I have to say about that. It is interesting. Maybe I'll comment in some other video when I have more time about what this tells me about game design and Wargaming's philosophy about the game. But for now, I guess I'll just leave it at that. The V-25 is cracked. It's easily the best ship at tier 2. It's probably the best ship at tier 6. And if I could play it at tier 10, I probably would. So that's enough for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.